So yeah, Jimmy Butler, Pat Riley, take your W again. Actually, you know what? Nobody wins in this situation. Nobody has won. Because Jimmy Butler has tanked his trade value to nothing, and Pat Riley is not just going to go and trade Jimmy. He's not just going to go and do it. Because there's only one place it seems like Jimmy Butler is okay with going. Because if you guys didn't hear, obviously, it's not about winning. It's about money. It's only about money for Jimmy. And he wants to go to Suns because the Suns said they'd give him the Paul George contract. Whereas now you're seeing the Milwaukee Bucks were told to back off in regard to trading for him. There's been a lot of chirping. Tuesday morning, Chris Haynes reported that the Grizzlies and few other teams received word that Jimmy had no interest. One of the other teams, Milwaukee. So Jimmy is basically his two best chances of winning a title, playing with Giannis and playing with Ja Morant, those young players in Memphis. Nah. There's there's nothing in that. And now he's basically narrowed it down because none of the other teams that he wants to go to can afford him. They're not going to be able to trade for him. Teams are offering Miami nothing. Nobody wants Jimmy Butler because he's done this one too many times. This is not 2019 where you're trading for a 29-year-old Jimmy Butler when he wants to, or 2018, sorry. It was 2018 or 2019? I know it was 2018 at the start of the year. I'm not sure if it was after the new year when, by the time the Sixers traded for him. But lads, the Sixers only gave up Rocco, was it Rocco, a pick, and Saric or something for him? They gave up nothing for him. So since then, and that was a very small trade package, and that's all you could get that was the best you could get for Jimmy Butler back in 2018/19. He was 5 years younger than that. And right now he's an injury-prone 34-year-old who didn't play in the playoffs last year and doesn't care about the regular season. Miami can't get anything for him. And if they can't get anything for him, they're just going to let him walk. They're going to let him walk by the end of the year. Because I don't think anyone's going to pay him in the offseason. Because the Phoenix Suns can't get off Bradley Beal. As you can see here from Brian Windhorst. Let's take a listen.
Sounds like no. His agent, Mark Bartelstein, told me there's been no discussions either with the Suns or any other team about Bradley Beal waiving his no-trade clause. The reason that's become an issue over the last couple of days, the Heat said they were going to trade Jimmy Butler. The Suns are known to be interested. The only way to get him is to move Bradley Beal, which would take Beal's cooperation. Right now, that is not even a consideration, according to Mark Bartelstein. He's just focused on helping the Suns turn things around.
And the reality is that Bradley Beal just had, 4 points in his first 70 minutes. What did he have last night? Because I know the Phoenix Suns lost to somebody bad last night. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, they lost to the Charlotte Hornets. They lost to the Hornets. And in 30 minutes? In 31 minutes, Bradley Beal has 10 points. He did not catch a rebound in 31 minutes. And the only way for Jimmy to get to Phoenix is if somebody takes the worst contract in NBA history. And why is it the worst contract in NBA history? Because he has a no-trade clause. Teams have gotten off bad contracts before. He has a no-trade clause. The Washington Wizards are destroying. They're destroying the Suns, and you know what? They're also destroying Jimmy Butler. But Pat Riley will not win in this scenario. But I'm sorry, there is a better chance of Jimmy Butler being shipped to Toronto, the Kawhi Leonard situation, than there is of him going somewhere he wants, because nowhere he wants can afford him. And not even can afford him, they don't have the salary, they don't have the cap space. And they're going to need someone to take Bradley Beal. For him to go anywhere, it's all the outside contracts, you're the Heat are not going to take Zach LaVine's contract. The Heat are not going to take they're not going to take Michael Porter Jr. I think they're just going to let him walk. The only way that the Miami Heat can get off Jimmy Butler is if they take a toxic asset. There is no scenario where Miami get better. So I think they're just going to see what he does the rest of the season, see if he'll sit out. And then, if Jimmy goes and pulls a Ben Simmons and doesn't show up, or if he just starts shooting one-leg threes again, then I think whatever suspension they want to give him, I think the NBPA can't say anything, because if the NBPA fight a suspension for a guy who is actively sabotaging his team, then they're screwed in CBA negotiations. So genuinely, I think that that's likely to happen. I think if he stops trying, and if you're Miami, look, Miami are always going to try to win. That's the thing with Miami, is like, everybody talks about how much, oh, the NBA teams now, they don't care. Oh, there's teams that just are trying to lose. It's bad for the NBA. But then they have a problem with Miami when they never try to lose. And it's like, oh, Pat Riley's done a horrible job since LeBron is gone. They've made the finals twice since 2014. Outside of the Warriors, teams with LeBron James, they've made more finals than anyone else. Literally, outside of teams with LeBron or the Warriors, the team that's made the finals the most since then are the Celtics, who've won 2, and the Miami Heat. Like, they've been one of the 5-6 most successful. I'll say they're one of the 7 most successful teams since LeBron left. And they were what? They'd won 2 rings in 3 years before that, and won another ring with Dwayne Wade. Over the last 20 years, they've been what? Who've been more successful than them over the last 20 years than Miami? Golden State. That's it. Over the last 20 years, the Golden State Warriors have been a more successful franchise than the Miami Heat. And they've gone through everything. They've gone through the Shaq era, where Shaq was their best player, to Wade becoming their best player and Shaq being washed, to an okay season with Wade, Beasley, Jermaine O'Neal. They weren't bad that 09-10 season. Then they had the Heatles. Then they had the Goran Dragic era. They made the finals with rookie Tyler Hero. And now they're in the Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo era. And look, I don't think they're going to be title contenders, but I'm sorry, I like Khalil Ware. I like Jaime Jaquez. I like Nikola Jovic. I like this Miami Heat team to be a top 5-6 seed for the next couple of years. And because of the way Miami are, because of the attitude of the team, because of the fact that they're old school, and this is a team that peaks in the playoffs too. So they could fuck about and make another finals. Are they going to win a championship? No, but if you can keep overperforming, if you're going to keep overperforming in the playoffs, eventually it's going to work out. And that might happen with or without Jimmy Butler. Obviously, with Jimmy Butler, it helps, but not an old Jimmy Butler. And Pat Riley's smart enough to not give him the Paul George contract. There's going to be a team dumb enough to do it in the offseason. But the reality is that he's not getting his trade this year. Jimmy Butler is going to have to make a choice. He's either going to have to literally waste a year of his career and also risk not getting paid, because if he's walking on that floor and not trying, he's going to get a suspension again. And it's a very hard thing for the NBPA to overturn a suspension when someone's actively not trying while making $50 million. It's going to screw the players in the CBA, and I don't think that's a battle the NBPA want to win. So, yeah, Jimmy, unfortunately for him, he's lost. I don't think you can say Pat Riley's won, because the Heat are not going to be better after the scenario. But the Heat are looking okay short term, and you can see with the players, they're not. They're still giving it their all. They're still the freaking Miami Heat. They're still the Miami Heat. They're still going to go and play hard. They're still going to do Miami Heat things. So I can't see a situation where Jimmy Butler is going to come out as a winner in this. What's the best case scenario? He comes into next season and the Brooklyn Nets sign him to a dumb contract because they're the only team in the league with cap space to get him. It's just, the reality situation is, it's not great. And I said this a while ago. Look, Jimmy Butler's still a Miami Heat legend, but the point still stands. He has never left the team on good terms, and that is obviously an issue with Jimmy Butler. But anyway, I'll see you guys.